Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the They Lima Tarot by Renata Lechner. For the supportive oracle cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Oh, and these are illustrated by Jessie Reisch, R-E-I-S-C-H is how you spell Reisch. Okay. Now, already shuffled, relationship first, single second. Oracle cards come out where necessary. Scorpio. Creativity at the bottom. Scorpio being a water sign, I would say that that's not difficult for you to be creative, but I don't know where that's going yet. I feel like this is going to be like an overlay of the whole situation, but we'll see as it goes. I'll try to keep that in mind as we keep going. You're going into a new phase is what I'm getting. And I feel like whatever you're changing here, I'm getting like you're trying to be very diplomatic, but there's something else here. With the Four of Swords, like the difference between the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups, like the Four of Cups is contemplating, thinking things out, and just trying to come to peace with that. The Four of Swords is like kind of like putting down your defenses a little bit, like almost like a truce sometimes, I would say. But I'm getting the best possible decision here. Is like I don't feel like this is easy to happen. I feel like somebody's really not easy to deal with here. And I almost feel like it's not your partner, but there's a new phase coming in. There's somebody else that you're getting along with for the benefit of your partner. I don't know if it's like a child or a family member or a friend, but they feel more connected with your partner. And this change that you're dealing with, it's almost like you have to get along with somebody around them to make it better for everybody. And this is working to your benefit. Now, that's not the easiest thing to do because it's in your challenge position. It's like that's asking a lot is what I'm getting, because whatever this person is that you have to get along with, they don't make it easy. Okay. Now, your partner, I'm noticing the Two of Wands. Like, I feel like they have a lot of indecisiveness. This is their challenge card. This whole new phase and dealing with whatever's going on, I feel like it's almost like there's certain things they should be focusing on, but there's all these little offshoot things that are pulling their attention. Their challenge is to like focus on the most important things and just move forward. That's a challenge. It's a challenge energy. There's a lot pulling them other. I feel like it's the division of attention is what I'm feeling for them, for their challenge. Like things are going everywhere. Just let's hone it in. Deal with the most important part, and the other things do what they need to do after the fact. I feel like the way they're looking at it, this is a weird analogy. I'm great with weird analogies. If you're making macaroni salad, I know this sounds hokey, but whatever. There's main ingredients to a macaroni salad, we're just going to say. Say you got your mayonnaise, you got your noodles, you got your tuna. A lot of people put tuna in there. Alright, so say that's just the bare bones. Like, I'm not saying that's the best macaroni salad, but like the bare bones of it. That's what they need to be concentrating on, getting those three things together. That's the main issue. So they're looking at it like, all right, if I'm gonna have this, like that's like I need hard boiled egg, I need some spices. I put a little bit of relish. Some people put relish in it. You know what I mean? They're looking at all these details to make it the best macaroni salad, to make it something that people want to eat. When in reality, what they just need to do is like they just need to make sure it's present so that people have something to eat. That's what they need to focus on for right now. The other things coming into play, that's going to happen. That can be added after. Let's just get the main thing. Let's get the noodles. Let's get them cooked. Let's get the main other two ingredients in there so it's legitimately a macaroni salad. not the best one, I give you that, but it's there. It's there. Let's just do that and move forward, and then we can add other things as we go. Because I feel like that's what's going on here. Like, I feel like they're very indecisive. Like, I have to have everything. I have to have everything now, because why bother doing it if we can't have everything now? But I feel like if you look at it realistically, let's just get enough there so it's something edible, so people have something to eat. And then we'll worry about the details after. I know that's a hokey, great for hokey analogies. That's just how it is. Whatever this situation is, I'm getting, you seem to be trying to push it forward. I'm feeling you're kind of like, you're trying to push it forward. Like, you're almost like the match to the fuse. Like, you're trying to push it forward. It's like you're trying to light that fuse. So I want to make sure this comes across correctly, because I don't feel you actually doing what needs to be done to push it next. Like, you're not actually pushing that forward, but you're trying to light the fuse. I think that makes sense. Here we go, more crazy analogies. Woo! You definitely are trying to get this going. You're trying to ignite the situation, but you're not the one actually like you're not kicking the ball into play, but you're trying to get somebody to kick that ball into play. I feel like that's what we're trying to say here. And I feel like you're not happy about how it's going. Like, it seems like it's taking a lot to get that fuse lit, to convince that person to kick that ball into play, because you can't kick it into play is what I'm getting. And you're like, come on, kick it into play, do it. And I'm getting the Five of Cups with the Page of Cups is like, you have to take this backseat role, and I feel like that's what's bothering you the most, because you're feeling like, let's just do it. If I could just kick that ball in myself, can I just kick that ball in myself? I guess I'm not on the team, so I guess I can't. But I want to kick that ball into play. Let's just do it. And that seems to be hard for you, because you have to take this backseat role, and you're just like, come on, let's just do it. That seems to be how that energy is coming in. Your partner, on the other hand, has this Hierophant energy. It is going to start. It is coming forward. It's inevitable. But I feel like they're trying to pace themselves. I feel like they're nervous about taking this first step forward. They know it's going to happen. It's like that first drop in the roller coaster. It's going to happen. They're nervous about it. They just got to do it. And just if they can just grab a hold of it and do it, it'd be easier. But they're like, yeah, well, it's coming, and I don't need to rush forward to that, because that's a nervous moment. It's a scary moment for me. So I'm preparing for it. I know it's coming, but I'm taking my time getting there. So this keeps going forward. This does keep going forward, and I'm getting what they're doing. They're trying to pace themselves out. I just feel like it takes off. Like, I feel like the situation just kind of goes. It just starts taking off on its own. I almost feel like it's almost like somebody holding onto a rope, and then they're getting jerked forward, because they knew somebody was going to pull the other side of that rope. They knew it was going to happen, but they weren't paying attention, and they're just holding on, knowing they need to. And then somebody just pulls it, and they're just getting jerked forward. Because I feel like the tower is hitting for them, because they know it's going to happen. They know it's going to happen. That's the weird thing with this tower card in this position. They know it's going to happen, but they're shocked when it does. They're shocked when it does. Even though they know it's going to happen, they're just kind of like not paying attention, even though they know it's going to happen, and it does seem to shock them. And the study here is telling me they have the plan. They have everything together with what they need to do now. It's kind of like they knew the tower was going to fall. They have everything in place for when it falls to pick it back up and rebuild it the way that needs to be done. But when it actually falls, they're still shocked. I just don't feel like they should be shocked, but they are. That's how it's coming through. We're just going to keep going. I'm seeing you on this side with the Five of Swords, kind of like, I feel like you're kind of at this point going, well, this has to happen, but I feel like you're not comfortable the way your partner's handling it. I feel like you're not comfortable with it, because you're looking at it like, all right, they seem a little shocked with the situation. They knew it was going to happen. And I feel like the way they're handling it, you're more like the Five of Swords is kind of like, well, they're going to rebuild it, but based on how they've just handled it, I'm thinking they're going to end up rebuilding it exactly the way it was before, and it's not going to be any better. Five of Swords is usually like the fruitless win. Like, yeah, they're taking care of it. Yeah, it's going forward, but I feel like what you're saying or you're feeling is like it's just you're gonna repeat what you already did because you're gonna rebuild it the same way. Like, I don't feel like you have faith that this is gonna get better. But it's just kind of like, well, it's fixing it for now, but we're gonna end up in the same spot later on down the road because they're gonna rebuild it the same way they did before. Now, are they doing that? They are rebuilding it, but is it different? No, I think you might be right. I think you actually might be right that that's what they're doing. I'm hoping it's not, but it seems like you might be actually just kind of right on that. Which I think you'd be more than happy if it turned out better. Like if you were wrong and it turned out that they rebuilt it a different way and it turned out better and things improved, I feel like you're down for that. Like, oh, sure, cool, great. I don't feel like you're going to believe that that's what happened, and I feel like you're right, that's not what happened. I think they rebuilt it the same way they built it in the past, and they're going to hit that brick wall again. I think you're completely right with that. Now, spiritually, when it does jerk forward, when the tower falls, see, this is why it's being rebuilt the same way again, though. They got the Knight of Wands, and they got this glamour. The glamour is the thing. They're moving forward. They're getting things taken care of. They're picking up the pieces, but they don't want to. Like, they don't like the situation. They're not happy about it. They're not feeling like, I don't know. They feel like they're just kind of like looking at it like this is what happens. Like, they're just almost like they build it up, it falls down. They build it up, it falls down. They don't seem to be addressing that if they build it differently, it could have a different outcome. They don't seem to be acknowledging that. The glamour seems like they're giving it maybe some lip service, like it'll be better this time, but not believing it will be any better this time. They're also don't feel like there's another way to do it. I don't feel like they believe there's another way to do it. It's almost like they built the structure a certain way, and they feel like that's the way they know to build it, so that's the way they feel like it has to be built. They don't seem to be able to look outside the box. And that's where the creativity really starts to kick in, because I feel like you're the one with the creativity. And I feel like you're the one who could inspire them to build this a different way. And see, when this reading is coming to a close, they're in the rebuilding phase, is what I'm getting. And that's where this can make a difference. Creativity, I feel like you're the one with the creativity when it comes to rebuilding the situation differently and better. You're the one. I feel you're the one with your creativity, so I feel like you might have to kind of start getting yourself in there a little more and like get in there a little bit more with the dirt and rebuild this. Not that, and it's funny because I feel like some of you would say, well, that's not my place. If you want this to go better, it doesn't matter. You might just have to go in there and just make it your place. If you want it to go better, it's up to you how important this is. But if you want it to go better, because I feel like you're the one with the creativity, you might just have to overstep your bounds just so the situation improves. I don't know what you're going to think about that, but that's how I'm feeling it. Because what makes this situation better, you're the one with the Sun card. You're the one with the creativity. You're going to have to like push in with your partner. And even if it's more covert, where you're just kind of like going through it with them and maybe putting a little pressure on them to talk it out with you, to tell you what's really happening and help allow you in so you can help make this a more stable situation. First of all, I'm getting the romance card on your partner's side, but I'm also getting that King of Swords. You really need to appeal to this person's intellect in the sense of like, how many times has it fell? How many more times do you want it to fall? Work with me, because what's the worst that happens? It falls again? You already know it's gonna, because you keep rebuilding it the same way, and I feel like you might just flat out address it that way. You already know it's gonna fall if you rebuild it the same way you have in the past. So what's the danger in trying to let me help you rebuild it the way I think you should? If it falls again, it was gonna anyway. What if it doesn't? What if you end up with a better situation? Isn't that worth it? Because I feel you're appealing to your partner's intellect And I'm getting this romance here with them. Like, they do trust you. They do know that you feel like this is for the best, but they also know you have their best interest at heart. Like, they trust you. They know that, you know, you're not coming at this to make problems. You're coming at this to make things better. And I feel like there's a lot of trust here. To make this situation go better, I feel like you might have to overstep your bounds a bit. But there will be improvement if you do. Because, again, I'm getting you're the one with the creativity. That's you. You might have to use a little bit of, like, the mermaid seduction is saying you might have to be a little bit, you know, schmoozy schmoozy. Schmoozy schmoozy. Smoozy schmoozy? Is that a word? Probably not. About it. But if you want this to go better, that's how to do it. Are we good? Alright. That's what we got for Scorpios in relationships. What do we have for single Scorpios? Oh. Single Scorpios. Messages for single Scorpios. You had the Ace of Cups at the bottom too, I noticed. It was there. It was there. I picked it up. I swear it was there. Alright, so for single Scorpios, what do we have for single Scorpios? What do we have for single Scorpios? Single Scorpios. Empowering information to help them see the truth of what's actually going on and help them decide what they want to do with the situation and move it forward the way they want to. Really, those 3 cards fell out, so we'll see what's going on with those. I feel like they're current too, and they came out right in the center. Let's do a couple of these cards. What do you got going on here, single Scorpio? I see passion here. I see devotion. But there's something... I don't know about the love for some reason. And I'm wondering which side that's more... Like, where is the love more of a question? Sorry about that. I didn't mean to bump the table. All this situation, I feel like this is based in a very strong bond with this person. Now, I'm not sure. I'm not feeling love, though. I'm not feeling like romantic love, which is confusing me because this is a love read. I feel like it's more the other side. I'm not feeling romantic love there, though. I'm feeling a very strong, stable bond. I'm feeling somebody who sees you as somebody that's been in their life. They like you. I feel like this is more of a friendship for them. I gotta be honest. When I'm looking in the environment here, I'm seeing the 6 of Cups. Yeah. History. They like who you've been. They like how you've been in their life. They like who you are. There's an honest caring, but I don't feel romantic love. I'm getting strength. I'm getting harvest. Like, they feel like this could be a very beneficial union, a very beneficial match. That this is something that you're very strong. You can weather the elements. So they have a lot of confidence in you. They feel very good about you. I feel like there's a legitimate friendship here. I just feel like it's important to say I don't feel the romantic feelings on this side. Which, that can be okay. Like, I'm not saying they have negative feelings. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's more of a friendship feel. They do have caring towards you. They do care about you. So I don't want to say they don't care. They do care. But that romantic spark, I'm not feeling it on this side. Now, where is this going is a question, because I feel like over time I feel like you're very much aware that you're the one with the passion. That you're the one who drives that forward. And in your thoughts, you got the 7 of Swords. Because you're like, yeah, there's definitely good. It's a really good connection. And I feel like that's the problem. I feel like everything else you want is here. I feel like you have the passion. I feel like you know how the other person feels about you, though. And that's why you're considering maybe this is something I should move on from. The thing is, you're also standing in the position where there's a lot here. There's a lot of equity. This person is quality. Like, this could be a good partnership, but I feel like you're very well aware. You're very well aware that the romance is not there for this person. And you're stuck in a position where you have to decide what you want to make of it. You got the Magician and the Eight of Pentacles. Like you're seeing everywhere. You're seeing everything that's built up this situation to this point. Everything you have invested here. Everything that could go well. But the Magician is saying you have to make that decision. Is that going to be enough? Is this going to work for you? Do you want this to go forward? And I'm noticing you have the Fool card at the bottom. I feel like you want to believe that this is going to be enough. I'm also seeing the Knight of Swords at the top. And I feel you going towards this person. I feel you trying to talk this out with this person. I almost feel like you're trying to find a way to hear what you want to hear. Because I got that Fool energy with the Knight of Swords. You're asking questions. You're trying to see, you know, how do they feel? Do they enjoy being intimate with you? Do they enjoy time with you? You know, are they okay with how things are going? Do they really feel like this is something they would want to be with you for the rest of their life? I got to be honest, when I'm getting the Fool and the Knight of Swords, and I'm saying that I got to be honest a lot, so like, why are we saying that so much? I honestly feel like the way you're asking questions, you're trying to hear what you want to hear. I hope that doesn't come across offensive. I'm not trying to make it offensive, but I feel like you want to hear certain things. You're trying to get them to say something that makes you feel hopeful that they still could fall in love with you, or maybe they have more emotions for you than are apparent. And I feel like you're trying to talk yourself into this. You're trying to talk yourself into this union. That's what I feel you're doing. You're trying to talk yourself into a moment where you think like this should go forward. Because you got the Death card and the Tower card. They're together, like they're overlapping each other. I feel like you're trying to get this person to go forward. And I feel like you're convincing them. The Tower card with the Death card is like the other person. I feel like it's the other person that seems to be shocked. Because I feel like they've been on the level with how they feel for you. They're not expecting you to want to go forward, but you're saying, yes, let's do this. The Death card with the Tower, I feel like the way this friendship has gone up to now, you're ending that, and you're just like, let's commit this. Let's get this together. Let's push this together. Let's start seeing each other more exclusively. Let's see if there's something we can make from this. Like, I don't feel like there's a public relationship at this point, to be fair. I do feel like what's happening, though, is you're like, let's give this a real shot. Let's see, like, let's just try to make a relationship just between us. Let's do this and just see how that feels. If it feels right, we'll make this more public and we'll give it a go. And I'm getting the King of Pentacles is coming out of this, which is very, to me, a very sound, stable movement forward. It makes sense. And like this makes sense on paper, is what I feel I need to say. Makes sense on paper. Let's go forward. Let's get this going. I feel like you're both making a very rational decision. But rational is the key here. It's rational. It's not emotional. It's not, I don't feel that passion like that. But you're making a very rational decision. Let's step forward. Let's see if we can make this a go. The next cards I'm seeing are the Queen of Pentacles with organization. I feel like you're trying to get more of a passionate connection between you and this person. This other person seems to be going with that. Intimate moments are happening, but I'm getting it's very, very structured. This, to me, feels like it takes out a lot of the excitement. I don't know how that sounds to you, but I feel like it's very structured. Like, almost like every Thursday we're going to do this, and then every Saturday we're going to do that. It's on a structure. It feels very structured to me. It's like from this time to that time, penciled it in. This is how we're going to maintain this relationship. We're going to make sure we're both happy. It feels very structured. The Queen of Pentacles is kind of like structuring the passion, which I feel like it's like structuring the emotional connection, trying to maintain it. It's putting the work in, but it feels a little stale to me. I got to be honest. I don't feel like this is coming through passionately the way... I don't feel like this excites you. because it's so structured and predictable, it feels a bit stale. And I feel where this is going. If this reading is really hitting for you, just to be honest, again with the honesty, why do we keep saying that? It's bothering me that I keep saying it. Because I feel like we're trying to be honest with each other, and that's what I feel is going on here. It's like so much nicety that it's becoming aggravating. It's ending up with the Ten of Wands. The situation just is very stale. It looks good on the outside, it looks great on paper, but the fact that it's just the fireworks are not there. Because I get to the point where I feel like even you're not feeling the fireworks anymore. It's just such a rote routine that it's not working. And the Ten of Wands is telling me it's becoming more of a chore to try to keep it going than it is to actually do it. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's becoming more of a burden. This relationship is becoming more of a burden. It may look good on paper, but it doesn't feel good is what I'm getting. Emotionally, I feel like it's extremely draining because it's so structured that the passion and love is just not being felt. I feel like that's where this is ending. Is that good? Is there something else? No, I think we're good. All right, I'm going to wrap that up there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.